Welcome to my views and news. Four news stories. The first one is from Italy, where an attempt to smuggle ammunition manufacturing machinery into Ethiopia from Italy has failed. Machinery has been seized by excise, custom, and security officials. EU imposed ban on a sale of arms to Ethiopia in October 2021. Details for you. Secondly, a second news story is from Alamata, southern Tigray Raya zone. Alamata mayor was detained by Ethiopian National Defense Force. Later, he was released. What happened? Why was he arrested? Thirdly, idea of Federation of Ethiopian Orthodox Churches is being floated around. Federation or FEOC, Federation of Ethiopian Orthodox Churches. What is this idea about? Who is floating this idea? Is it being floated by people, groups in the Oromia region? Lastly, dozens of Eritreans were denied entry into a church in Manchester, UK. What happened there seems to be a case of internal conflict within Eritrean diaspora. We have a clip for you. Firstly, viewers, an attempt to smuggle ammunition manufacturing machinery from Italy into Ethiopia has failed. Genoa is in Italy. Genoa is a city. There is an airport there. On Genoa airport, machinery has been seized. It was seized a few weeks ago. It was being sent to Ethiopia. And a firm which was sending this machinery to Ethiopia is based in Laco. The firm took this position that the machinery was meant for industrial purposes. It had grooving and trimming machines. The machinery was found suspicious. It was seized by excise, customs, and security officials. Investigations were conducted. It has been revealed that the machinery is used for manufacturing ammunition, for manufacturing bullets reportedly. That is now being confirmed by Italian news sources. Report Difesa is an Italian news source which reported a few hours ago. It confirmed that the machinery is used for military purposes. It is used to manufacture ammunition, but it was being smuggled in the guise of industrial machinery. The cost of this machinery is 3 million euros. 3 people are under investigation. Investigations are underway. In October 2021, EU imposed arms embargo on Ethiopia. EU states were barred from selling arms to Ethiopia. France suspended a military deal with Ethiopia. But this development showed that Ethiopia is still interested in getting arms manufacturing machinery from the EU. EU has not lifted sanctions on Ethiopia. EU suspended direct financial aid for Ethiopia as well, which has not been resumed so far. It just shows the priorities of Ethiopian government too, that though peace deal has been signed, government's priority is focused on security sector. Ethiopian government is openly saying that it wants to raise a modern army equipped with modern weapons. Even if it has to resort to smuggling, it wants to equip its army. That is what is happening. Though the country is in the grip of humanitarian crisis, drought, they are in conflict-hit areas, thousands are in dire need of aid. But government, which fought a 2-year-long war in northern Ethiopia, believes that security is more important for the country than other sectors. Secondly, viewers, Alamata city mayor was arrested by Ethiopian National Defense Force. Later, he was released. Who is he? Why was he arrested? His name is Hailu Abira, newly appointed because Alamata was under Tigray control a few months ago. But after the start of August 2022 phase of war, Alamata, Koram, Southern Tigray, Raya came under ENDF Amhara control, and Hailu Abira was appointed as mayor in Alamata. And he was arrested by Ethiopian National Defense Force along with a warrior administrator. People protested against his arrest. ENDF had to release Hailu Abira. Question is, why was he arrested? It's not clear. But if you remember, I did a video a few days ago about Hailu Abira. Hailu Abira was interviewed by a news source this month, I think. And in the interview, he opposed holding a referendum in Raya. He said Raya, Alamata, other areas, Raya was part of Amhara region. There was no need of any referendum. Only a political decision should be made. So he is opposing referendum, like Damak Zadu is opposing referendum in Volkayat. Is his arrest linked to his opposition to referendum, that ENDF arrested him to tell him that he should not oppose referendum? Whatever the case is, but his arrest has been confirmed, but later he was released. Raya's future is still uncertain. Will there be referendum? Will there be negotiations over this area? It's not clear. Thirdly, viewers, the conflict at Ethiopian Orthodox Church is deepening. Know that some Oromo members of Holy Synod made appointments of more than 20 archbishops in Oromo and other parts of Ethiopia. And Abune Matthias led Orthodox Church has rejected the appointments, and Patriarch has called an emergency meeting from across the world. Orthodox Ethiopian archbishops are arriving in Addis Ababa in the next 24 hours. We're going to see extensive discussions. What is going to be the outcome? That remains to be seen. So far, Abune Matthias-led group is taking a very strong position. It is rejecting the appointments made by Abune Saviros. We are hearing new ideas being floated, especially in the Oromo region, that Federation of Ethiopian Orthodox churches should be established. Like there is federation in a country where central government has some powers and most powers are held by regional governments. So same is being suggested. There should be separate patriarchs, separate regional setups in Ethiopia. Tigray patriarch, Oromia patriarch, Amhara patriarch, and all these patriarchs should be led by the top patriarch, central patriarch, one who is leading the church now. So the institution should work like a federation. Now, existing structure is a centralized structure, that Abune Matthias, the patriarch, is the main man. He and Holy Synod make, they are top bodies, and he and Holy Synod make decisions. But it is being suggested that the region should have separate Holy Synod, separate patriarchs, but central structure should also remain intact. This idea obviously would never be acceptable to Abune Matthias-led Orthodox Church. But if the church faction led by Bune Matthias and the other side, Oromo archbishops, if they fail to reach a consensus, if they fail to resolve the issue, we could see some sort of unofficial sort of formation of this federation. Tigray, though never appointed a patriarch openly, it split, you can say, largely with Ethiopian Orthodox Church. A patriarch office was set up in Tigray. Makale was announced at the seat of Holy Synod. Same could happen in Oromia too, if there is split. That is why this idea is being floated around, mainly from people, groups in the Oromia region. I think Abune Matthias-led faction will have to show maturity to keep this institution intact. If they take a hard liner's stance on these appointments, we could see serious splits in the Orthodox Church. Let's see. Try to update you in coming videos about what happens at the meetings. Lastly, viewers, Eritreans were denied access to a church in Manchester, UK. What happened there? We have a clip for you. Dozens can be seen protesting outside the church premises. And they're saying that they were not allowed entry because it was said that they must be loyal to PFDJ, Eritrean government. Without being loyal to Eritrean government, they were told they're not allowed to enter the church premises. It seems to be a case of conflict within Eritrean diaspora. We have seen that at churches, at festivals, at public gatherings, that there are some factions which are backed by Eritrean government and some groups are backed by opposition parties. And they clash. It happens. Eritrean government has control over some churches abroad. We hear similar news stories from other parts of the world too, where Eritrean churches are located. That people cannot go against Eritrean government at those churches. So Eritrean Orthodox Church has its presence and influence abroad too. Though the church remained split, the church patriarch was imprisoned, he was kept in detention for years by Eritrean government. Later he died. A new one was appointed as patriarch. He passed away a few weeks ago. No new appointment of the patriarch so far, I think. So church institution is being controlled, obviously, like other bodies in Eritrea. And abroad, Eritrean churches abroad are also being controlled by Eritrean government to some extent. That is what people are resisting and they're protesting. Watch the clip from Manchester, UK. Eritreans protesting outside the church. Thank you for watching.
You know the rule, why you say it? You know the rule. Why you say that? You have to know.
You know why we stop here?
Where? When the police is coming, in a minute you bring him. I know it. Okay. You cry. I know. You don't know. Don't say that, okay? You tell me
I don't know. I'm not in the problem.
you know your right.
I don't know why do you say maybe? Why do we say maybe?
What's the religion? What's the religion? What's your religion?